Hey there everyone, Mr. Kowalczyk here with his last video for Chapter 9. And today what we're talking about is renting a car, renting a vehicle. Now there are a lot of reasons why people might rent a vehicle. Sometimes it's because they're going on a vacation. Sometimes it's because they have to leave town and go to a new city for business. Perhaps they have to go and talk to different clients or different people and they need a car to get around that new town that they're flying to. Well, regardless, it does cost money to rent a car. And what we're going to be looking at is not only the total cost for renting a car, that's right, the total cost for renting a car, but also the cost per mile for renting a car. And there are all types of things that go into that. Of course, the number of miles you're driving, along with how much it costs and how many days you're going to be borrowing the car, and the number of miles, once again, that you're driving, and the rate per mile that you're going to be charged. So there are things that you're going to be charged that you need to take into consideration. So, those are just a few of the things to keep in mind. Let's just jump right into the problem and hopefully you can see how to plug these numbers in to the formulas above. Julie wants to rent a car for a vacation. The rental agency charges $100 per day, but they also charge 25 cents per mile. Well, they also expect all of their customers to pay for their own gas. So keep that in mind when you go to rent a car. Well, Julie expects to rent the car. She wants to rent the car for 5 days, and she plans on driving approximately 500 miles. She has also done some math and figured out that she expects to use about $125 worth of gas. The cool thing is you can find calculators online that can help you calculate that. So to keep us going, let's go right to letter A. What will the total cost to rent this car be? Well, in order to do the total cost, what we're going to have to focus in on is Step 1. Okay, for Step 1, we've got some parentheses. The first thing we need to know is what is the cost per day? It's $100. And we're going to multiply that times the number of days that Julie plans to be on vacation. And that's 5 days. There we go, looking good. So now let's set up the next set of parentheses. What is the number of miles that she plans on driving? Well, she's done the math for everything that she wants to do and see, and she expects to be driving in that car 500 miles. All right, and we're going to multiply that times the rate per mile, which is 25 cents. All right, 25 cents per mile. Last thing we need to do is add in any of the extra costs that Julie might have. And the one extra cost that we know she's going to have is gasoline. She's going to have to pay for her own gas. So we've got a lot right there. A lot. Let's take out our calculator and get to work. Sorry, still dealing with a cold today. So I'm going to take $100 and multiply it times 5. And of course you get $500. And of course we can add that. We can add that to this next set of parentheses, where we're going to take 500 times 25 cents, and we get 125. And then last but not least, we can't forget that last $125 for gas. So we've got that all marked out. We do the math, and what we get is $750. So what that means is to rent this car, Julie's going to spend about $750. Well, we want to figure out how much does that cost per mile. Well, to do that, we're going to use Step 2. We're going to take that $750 and we're going to divide it by the total number of miles that Julie expects to drive. 500. So we take 750, divide it by 500, and we get 1.5. Now, folks, don't just write 1.5. We got to make that look like money. What that means is it's $1.50 per mile. There you go. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, and thanks, and have a great day.